Hello and welcome to Adams Field in Holliston, Massachusetts on Friday, May 25th for SportView's award-winning production of Holliston Panthers Softball 2018. It's found only on HCAT TV. Today the Panthers host the Mansfield Hornets of the Hockomock League. My name is Tom Emmons, and alongside is future Mudville Baseball Hall of Famer, the legend, Jay Wyman. Jay, Holliston has qualified for the state tournament, but needs to finish strong to get a good seeding. Can the Panthers avenge an early season loss to Mansfield today?
Yeah, I think they can, Tom. It was a very close game the last time, 6-3. Holliston lost. And Holliston's really on a nice roll here, and Emily Kerr, the pitcher, is really pitching well. So this is a situation where Holliston can come in, win today against Mansfield, hopefully win their last regular season game against Framingham, and draw that really nice seed for the state championships.
Holliston comes into this game with a record of 11-6. They've won 4 straight, 6 of their last 7. They are 5-2 at home this year. Their head coach is Jen Picardo. The Mansfield Hornets are 7-11. They've won 2 of their last 3. They are 4-5 on the road, and their head coach is Lori Latondra. Your starting lineups today, Jay Wyman.
Okay, leading off for first to Mansfield, Cara Bandello is playing third. Meg Latondra is playing second. Maddie Benatello, the twin sister, center field, playing center field. Catalina DeMasi catching. Oliver Hagen playing shortstop. Mary Muldoon DHing. Karen Holmes in right. Caitlin Gomes in at first. Sid Woods at left field, and Sarah Cahill the pitcher. And pitching here, we'll get the defense set in a second for you for Holliston. But Holliston pitcher today is, as I said earlier, Erin Kerr. There's a bunt down the third baseline. Fielded and whoa.
Bang, bang play at first. Mansfield runner is aboard. Erin Kerr comes into this game with an ERA of 2.78. She's pitched 98 innings for the Panthers, giving up just 15 walks with 92 strikeouts.
Meg Latondra, second baseman for Mansfield. Batting second. Cara Bandello at first. Grace DeZindalet's catching today. Let's see if Bandello tests her arm. It's a ground ball. Oh, fielded by the pitcher, Kerr. The second goes through past the second baseman into center field. So Meg Latondra reaches on an error.
So already first 2 are aboard here for the Hornets.
That brings up center fielder Maddie Bendanello, the twin sister of Cara Bendanello, who's currently at second base for the Hornets. Maddie's left-handed batter, batting third in the lineup. Nice day today, Tom. Beautiful weather, almost 90 degrees, sunny. A little bit of wind, but that's okay. That's low ball one.
Just yesterday, the Panthers beat Westwood 14-0. It was their first game in a week since they beat Medfield 13-1, so they've had an easy-going time.
Ball 2. Kurt Wines delivers. Ball 3, 3-0.
Wants to be careful with this dangerous hitter.
There's a strike. 3-1. Kerr comes back. Yeah, it's a little windy out there too, and I'm wondering if a gust of wind might have came up and gotten somebody's eyes on that last error. Strike 2, foul ball.
Kerr battles back.
Kerr does a nice job. Nice, smooth release. Throws very hard. 3-2, full count. 2-1, nobody out. Top of the first. Foul ball. Count remains at 3-2. Lefty hitting. Bandanello. Line drive. Ooh, right over the shortstop's glove. Going home is the play at the plate. Zinlet, she is out. in safe at second and third. So that's a nice throw by, looks like that was thrown by Abby Ray. Is that who threw that ball? From center?
Wells with a nice toss there, and DeZindelet made no doubt with that tag.
Yeah,
so runner on second and third with one gone.
And it sets up Catalina DeMasi. Another lefty fly ball to left. Here's the play to the plate. Zinlett's got it again. Out and into a double play, and that's it for Holliston. They get out with no runs. Wait a minute, wasn't she out? She was out, right?
She was out. But
yeah, no runs scored. No runs.
All right, we'll be back with the second inning in just a moment.
Okay, leading off for Holliston here. It's catcher, Grace DeZindelet. Batting second will be Abby Ray Wells in center field. Emmons Kerr, the pitcher. Sophia Lorico at shortstop. Brooke Kokar in left. Elizabeth Warner, the DH. Followed by Megan Burke at third. McKella Campbell at first. Madison Omloff at second. And Gabby Cummings in right. Grace
DeZindelet, as a captain this year, senior year, hitting .615, Jay. Almost as good as you at Mudville.
Almost.
40 hits on the season, including 9 doubles, 4 triples. And here she is batting leadoff for the Panthers. She scored 21 times.
She takes strike one, and there's a line drive foul, 0-2. Well, she's a great all-around athlete. Of course, we know what she did in basketball, one of the few people in the history of Holliston High to score 1,000 points in basketball. And she's been a 4-year starter here, I believe, in softball, too. 1-2.
Calling her the female Alan Pond. That was for you, Ken.
And she strikes out. So one down for Holliston. Abby Ray Wells comes up. Bottom of the first, no score here. Holliston, really 2 nice plays at home that DeZindelet was involved in. Holliston gunned down 2 Hornet runners coming into the plate, and that's why there's no score. Abby Ray takes inside ball 1.
Wells with 20 hits on the season. She scored 17 times, 3 doubles, 2 triples.
That's a ground ball foul.
She's batting .333.
Well, another one of those senior athletes, a really superb all-around athlete. There's line drive, base hit. So Abby Ray's on first, and we're going to watch her because she's got a lot of speed.
10 stolen bases on the year for number 9.
And that brings up the pitcher, Aaron Kerr. Ooh, Abby Ray showing a little bit there.
Aaron Kerr batting .511 on the season, 23 hits, 14 RBIs, 4 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run for number 15.
She kind of feigns the bunt there a little bit and draws a ball.
Aaron Kerr and Abby Ray Wells also captains for the Panthers this year.
1-2. Swinging strike. A couple lefties here. 2 lefties at the top of the order. That's nice to see. Oh, and they got her on a called strike 3. 2 down. Abby Ray stays at first. And the shortstop, cleanup hitter, Sophia Lorico, is up.
The freshman's hitting .492 on the season, 30 hits, 16 RBIs, including 3 doubles.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, too. Here you got a state playoff team, and you got a freshman playing shortstop and batting cleanup. She's got quite a career ahead of her. Fly ball to right center, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. Wells goes to third. Lorico's going to second, and she is safe. And Wells scores. So Holliston gets the first one in.
Panthers up 1-0. Well, good hustle there by Wells coming around. I mean, she knew there was 2 outs, so she took off on contact. And she scored all the way from first base.
And that was also good hustle by Lorico because that ball fell in between the the shortstop and lefty. There's a line drive. Oh, snagged right at the end by the left fielder by Brooke Koka. Ends the inning. Holliston up 1-0 after 1. We'll be back in a moment. I'm going to set the Holliston defense here at first base is McKella Campbell. Second base, Megan Burke. Shortstop, Sophia Larico, who got that nice double. Third base is Megan Burke. In left field is Brooke Kokar. In center field is Abby Ray Wells. And in right field, Gabby Cummins. The pitcher, as we had told you, is Erin Kerr. And behind the plate, Grace Desindalet. So Holliston starts out here, and nice first inning, and using some speed, some good aggressive base running, and they have a 1-0 lead. As Kerr takes the mound, delivers, ground ball right back to Kerr, drops, picks it up, and throws it out. 1 down.
Good poise by the right-hander. You know, to stay with that, Jay, you know, you always want to field it clean, but when you don't, you really just got to stay with it. And good solid throw, and Panthers.
Yeah, they get out
the first.
Yep, they get Oliver Hagen. Now it's Mary Muldoon, the DH. She's doing a good job as Aaron's doing. You got to keep that ball around the plate. No walks. There's a foul ball back.
Where'd you park? That's not your car.
No, I can't afford a car like that. I can't afford a car like the school bus. 1-1 is the count. Mary Muldoon, DHing. Another lefty. Line drive, a ground ball. Scooped by second. And first. Madison Umlauf does a nice job playing that ball. 2 down.
You know, you say that was a basic 4-3, but there's a big wind popped up just as that ball got hit.
There is a lot of dust being blown in this infield. Inside ball 1 to the right fielder, Karen Holmes.
I remember one game we did, it hadn't rained like all spring.
Oh, yeah,
Jay.
I remember that.
That was a dust bowl.
2-0. Count on Holmes.
I think we had some tumbleweeds go by us.
Just a little bit high there, ball 3-0. 2 down here in the top of the second for the Mansfield Hornets. Strike, nice pitch. Perfectly placed.
Erin Kerr really finding her groove here after allowing the first 2 base runners to get on first and second with nobody out.
And there's a ground ball to third, pick, throw, and that'll do it. So at the end of an inning and a half, the score remains Holliston 1, Mansfield 0. Okay. Elizabeth Warner, the DH, will lead off for Holliston with the score tied 1-0 Holliston in the bottom of the second inning.
Elizabeth Werner, freshman, hitting .421, 16 hits on the season, 2 doubles, a triple, and a home run.
There you go again with a freshman. Takes the ball inside, ball 1. It's good to see that this senior-laden team has got some freshmen coming up, and not just any freshmen. These girls can really play. Ball 2, inside and low. 2-0 pitch. Ball low, ball 3. I thought it hit her, but I guess it didn't. Yeah, with the freshman time, these girls got a bright future. Strike. 3-1 pitch coming up to the DH, Elizabeth Werner. Yeah, that's low, ball 4. So she'll take a base. And Holliston again has a runner at first. And that'll bring up Megan Burke, the third baseman. Made a nice play to end the top of the second against the Hornets. Megan swinging, strike 1. Throw down to first. Elizabeth's back.
Just trying to keep them honest.
Foul back. You know, the other thing about this field, if you play here at all, you notice that the backstop is very close to the catcher. So if the ball gets by the catcher, you need a pretty good jump to get to second.
Megan Burke, the junior, hitting .308 on the year, 16 hits, 10 RBIs, 3 doubles. She's walked 6 times, high on the team.
Foul back. Nice job of spoiling those pitches. Looking for a pitch she can take and she can drive. Nobody out here in the top of the second. Werner, the DH at first base. Wind up the pitch. Another foul ball. Staying right on it. That's what you can do. If you can stay up there and spoil enough of those pitches, you know, until you get the one you want. Now she's seeing the ball a lot too. That throw from the catcher back to first base. That's a little bit dangerous when the runner on first is only a step off. You know, if that ball gets by her, the runner goes to second. There's another foul ball.
We'll do 2-2, 2-2 all over again. Burke hanging tough.
If Sarah Cahill is on any kind of pitch count here, Megan Burke is putting a little dent in it. Another foul ball. That's going to be out of play. On top of the roof of the dugout.
I don't think these softball pitchers are such great athletes, Jay. Their pitch count is finish up and start the bus. they do everything.
You know, I've looked into this before, and it's a more natural way to throw. And she finally gets Megan on a strikeout.
So runner on first, 1 out for the Panthers.
Brings up first baseman Michaela Campbell.
Michaela, senior captain for the Panthers, hitting .275.
Swing and a miss, strike 1.
She's got 14 hits, 8 RBIs, including a double on the season.
But as I was saying, you know, pitching, throwing, I think it's a more natural throw coming this way. There's a bunt down the third baseline. Third baseman picks it up, throws out at second, and Werner's back at second. So the sacrifice works. Gets a runner over to second and brings up second baseman Madison Umlauf. With 2 down, and Holliston leading 1-0 bottom of the second. Yeah, so that's why I think, as you said, when these girls they develop the pitching, they can throw a lot, and that really helps.
So Madison Umlauf, another one of the freshmen starters for Coach Picard, hitting .264 in the year, 14 hits.
Oh, she got a hold of one deep to left, and that's going to bury the left fielder. Werner scores. Umlauf's going to third. Here's going to be a tough, close play, and she is going to be out, but the run scores. So Maddie Umlauf with a booming double over the left fielder's head. Got the run in, and Holliston now at the bottom of the after 2 full innings. Holliston leads 2-0. Okay, leading off the top of the third for the Mansfield Hornets. It's number 8 hitter, Caitlin Gomes, first baseman. Holliston up 2-0. What a smack! What a hit by Umlauf. Strike 1 by Kerr.
Yeah, she really drove that ball.
She got all of that. That's a long way out there.
That's her second double of the year.
Oh, what a great off-speed pitch. Great off-speed pitch, but Gomes held right in there, and she just waited to the last minute and took it to the opposite field for a base hit. Nice job both by Kerr and Gomes on that one. So they get the leadoff hitter on, the number 8 hitter on. Sid Woods, the left fielder, is up next. Sid, ground ball right back to Kerr. Goes to short for 1, back to first, and not quite in time.
Good try there by the Panthers. Kerr made no doubt with that spin move to erase the lead runner. So 1 gone, 1 on.
And that'll bring up the pitcher, Sarah Cahill. And she drives one foul. She's looking for you right there, Tom. For those who don't know, Tom's running the camera. That's why he's not doing play-by-play today. That's why there's a terrible play-by-play person doing this.
That's not true. Hey,
1-1.
We're having a great day out here at Adams Field. It's beautiful weather. Finally,
it really
feels
is.
like summertime.
It really is. 1-1 pitch by Kerr, delivered, swinging, strike 2.
Kerr had a little extra mustard on that one.
1 down, runner on first. Oh, another off-speed pitch, and she told that foul. That's nice. I like the way she delivers that. She shows no difference in the delivery of that off-speed pitch.
Well, isn't that the definition of a good off-speed pitch? It's all about arm speed.
Another foul ball. Now remains 1-2.
I think Kerr remembers that Cahill struck her out first time up, so hoping to return the favor here.
Little pop-up to the first shortstop. 2 down. And that'll bring up the top of the order, Cara Bandinello, who had a base hit her first time up and was thrown out at home.
So runner on first, 2 outs here in the third. Panthers leading 2-0.
Strike, nice pitch, right at the knees. There's a little short play to the second
was
baseman.
right there.
Took that hit away, and at the end of 2.5, it's Holliston 2, Mansfield nothing. All right, leading off for Holliston at the bottom of the third is Gabby Cummins. She'll be followed by the top of the order, Zinzalette and Wells. Cummins takes inside ball 1.
Cummings, the senior, is hitting .385 on the season for Holliston.
Ooh, strike. I thought that was a little bit outside, but Gabby took it. It's 1-1. There's a line drive. Ooh, off the second baseman, and she beats it out. Tough play. The official scorer, Jay Wyman, is going to give her a base hit on that.
Well deserved, Jay. That was a rope she hit. So Panthers with their lead runner aboard here in the third.
You know what? That was Grace Zindeler. Did we miss Gabby Cummins? Oh, you know, she's the addition player. That's what it is. There's a sacrifice by Wells, and she's going to be out at first, throw back to second. So my apologies. That was Zindelet with the leadoff base hit. Wells sacrificed her over to second. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Aaron Kerr.
So Zindelet with her 41st hit of the year.
Wind, the pitch, strike 1. Nice swing, though.
So runner on second, 1 out here in the bottom of the third.
Wind. There's a bunt down the third baseline, and they're going to get her again, but they get to Zindelet over to third.
So 1 more base for the Panthers. They'll have a runner on third with 2 outs.
I think, though, in that situation, I'm pretty sure that Aaron was bunting for a base hit. Although you can score many different ways from third than you can from second. Oh, that almost hit her.
That's Larico up to bat.
She got a double the first time up, get an RBI, knocking in Abby Ray Wells.
And she's got 17 RBIs
There's
on the
an
season.
drive base hit, and that's going to drive in the run. So the sophomore comes through again with another RBI.
So Zindelet crosses the plate. Panthers up 3-0.
And that will bring up the left fielder, Brooke Kokar. Flew out to left back in the first inning.
Kokar hitting .344 on the season with 11 hits, 6 RBIs.
There's a ball that could drop in, foul. 1-1. Coca. Holliston up 3-0. 2 down. Bottom of the third. And there's a fly ball. A little pop-up, it looks like. I thought it was going deeper than that. Taken by the third baseman, and that'll end the third inning. Score after 3. Holliston 3. Mansfield nothing. Okay, Meg Latundra leads off for the Hornets. Second baseman Latundra reached on an error, and she was thrown out at the plate, trying to score on a fly ball.
Yeah, Panthers with some really good. We didn't talk about it, but great defense there in that first inning. After the first 2 batters got aboard, Panthers closed the door on them with, especially with that double play. Nice throw by catch and throw by Wells, and Zindelik with the tag, 2 tags at the plate. You know, I was looking back. The Panthers lost the first time to Mansfield 6-3, and they got thrown out at the plate, as well as a clutch double play by the Hornets, caught stealing twice. So there's a little bit of the defense in that 6-3 game, you know, that could have gone the Panthers' way. Well, it's going the Panthers' way so far today.
Changeup was fouled back, 1-2. The Thunder. Curve, Wine steals and gets her. Strike 3.
Oh, yeah.
1 down in the top of the 4th. And that brings up Maddie Bendanillo, number 3 hitter, playing center field. Maddie reached on a fielder's choice in the first. Change of speed, change of location. That's the key to all pitching at every level, every softball, baseball, anything. Change of speed, change of location. It's foul ball, 1-1. And right now, that's exactly what Aaron Kerr is doing for the Panthers. Three to nothing, Holliston in the lead, top of the 4th. Just a little bit outside on that one. 2-1. There's a little foul ball off the side, evens the count at 2-2. Yeah, Holliston, Tom, you're right. And, you know, so many times you look at these games and baseball and every sport, you look at these things and talk about the offensive statistics here and there and everything. Isn't it always seem to be something defensively that happens that changes everything up? And that's what did in that first inning where they had two plays at the plate. It also helps to have a catcher with the experience and the abilities that Grayson Zindelik has back there. Okay, 2-2. Wine pitch. There's a little pop-up. It's a short.
Larico with the grab.
So 2 outs quickly. And that brings up Catalina Damasi. I had to pronounce her name correctly because her dad, John, helped me with the lineups here today for Mansfield.
Is she the catcher?
Yes, she is.
Take a look at her catching style when she puts the equipment on.
Well,
Next inning.
We don't call it catcher's equipment. What do we call it? I'll give you a moment. Wine, pitch, strike.
The
0-2.
Blank of ignorance. The tools of ignorance.
That's right. Good man. Good man. The tools of ignorance. Catcher's equipment. Wine, throw. There's a little bounder back. Oh, third, second. Go by second. Ooh, and the ball gets away, and that'll goes out of bounds. And Catalina Damasi gets on second with 2 down in the top of the 3rd. That's a tough one. It got by the 3rd baseman, and Larico tried to come back and come in behind her and pick off. It is a 3rd baseman's play too, cutting across like that.
Well,
so Megan Burke did a nice job there.
You watch Xander Bogaerts enough, you know what I mean? You just want to make those plays.
Yep.
It's good aggressive play.
Okay.
Second Hornet to make it to second base. Actually, third Hornet, I should say.
You know what?
What?
I think I messed up on this one too, because I think this is Mary Muldoon, who was up here. So that was Ella Verhagen who reached.
Okay. Well, we didn't get a Mansfield roster. We
right.
sort of pieced it together before the game. Kerr with a nice pitch. 2 strikes, 1 and 2. 2 outs. Runner at second here in the top of the 4th.
Wine. Oh, off speed. 1 and 2. The count. But Mary Muldoon. Ooh, that looked pretty good, but just a little bit outside. 2 and 2. 2's across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runner on second. Kerr throws and foul ball.
Just spoiled that one. Kerr with the season high 12 strikeouts against Medway earlier this year.
Again with a 2-2 pitch and little pop-up. Kerr takes it, and that'll do it. So at the end of 3.5 innings, the score remains Holliston 3, Medfield nothing. All right, Brooke Kokar, left fielder, starts off the top of the 4th for Holliston. Flew out to left field in the first inning. Cahill winds and deals, ball 1. You mentioned, Tom, a little bit.
Did Kokar make the blast out? Sorry, Mr. Scorekeeper.
Oh, did she?
I think she did.
Oh, I think you're right. So this is Elizabeth Warner.
Couldn't see the number, but
I think you're right.
Yep, number 13.
Two, 1 pitch. Fouled off. 2 and 2.
What did Warner walk her first time up?
Yes, she had walked and she scored a run on the ringing double by Madison Umlauf. She takes low. Ball 3, 3 and 2, full count.
Good eye.
Ground ball to short. Kind of bob a little, and she will end up on first. So Elizabeth Warner starts off the inning with putting Holliston getting their first leadoff hitter on base. That brings up Megan Burke. Struck out back in the second. 3-0 Holliston. Bottom of the 4th. The game that's going on pretty quickly.
Burke with 16 hits on the season, 10 RBIs.
Foul, strike 1. Yeah, the Holliston hitters right now kind of seem to be catching up a little bit with Cahill. We'll see if it stays that way, but the last 3 or 4 hitters have been right on the ball. There's a line drive, base hit. Runner holds at second. And Megan Burke with a base hit. So runners at first and second. Burke at first, Werner at second, and it brings up McKella Campbell, first baseman.
Panthers setting the table very nicely here in the bottom of the 4th.
Strike 1.
Campbell with 8 RBIs on the season, 14 hits.
See, and this is another place where if you want, you can sacrifice and get those 2 base runners over there because the third baseman will be charging. Strike. 0 and 2. Kind of takes the sacrifice off the table. And struck her out.
So just 1 gone here in the 4th.
Brings up Madison Umlauf, who really ripped a long triple to left field. Knocked in a run. Strike 1. Holliston up 3-0 over Mansfield. There's a ground ball just past the third baseman, foul.
So Umlauf with 15 hits and 6 RBIs on the season.
And she's a freshman too?
Yes.
Wow. Their ball gets by the catcher and both runners will move up.
Good hustle there by Werner and Burke.
So the count's coming up 1-2, but this is a really gives her a nice opportunity here to get the ball in the outfield and at least drive in one. Up high. 2-2. One down. Holliston runners at second and third.
They might be extra careful here with Umlauf since she hit the ball so hard last time. First base open.
There's a line drive. Oh, off the third baseman's mitt. Gets the out at third, but the run scores. And Holliston goes up 4-0.
So another RBI for Umlauf. It's 4-0 on the fielder's choice. That's a good hard shot. Third baseman had to reach for it.
And with 2 down, that's going to bring up the leadoff hitter, Grace Zindelet. Struck out in first. Base hit following that. There's a ground ball to second. Ooh, just barely throws her out. And that'll do it. So, after 4 full innings, Holliston leads 4-0. Okay, the top of the fifth. Sorry, Holliston leading 4-0. And leading off will be Cameron Holmes, the right fielder for Hornets. Kerr is doing a nice job today, throwing a shutout.
Aaron Kerr, career statistics now. This is 4 years with the Panthers. 2.59 ERA, 335 innings pitched, 286 strikeouts, and a 253 opponent's batting average.
That is really something.
Senior captain's been very consistent for the Panthers. She's a Tri-Valley League All-Star last year for Holliston. Nice write-up in the local town papers about her. She's going to the University of Scranton on a softball scholarship.
There you go. That's ball 3, 3-1. Leadoff hitter Karen Holmes. Holliston leading 4-0, top of the fifth. She's so good, you know. It's a couple times now she's gone 3-0, 3-1 on batters. Kerr has, and she's really come back and just grooves it, but fast, little high there, and that'll be ball 4. So Karen Holmes.
Is that her first walk of the game?
I believe it is. Yes, it is.
She only has 15 walks on the season, so.
It's high ball 1. Caitlin Gomes, first baseman. She got a base hit back in the second or third. I'm sorry. There's a little dribbler, Kerr. First. One down, runner moves over to second. Just as good as a sacrifice. And that brings up Sid Woods, the left fielder. She reached an fielder's choice back in the third. That's low, ball 1. Yeah, Kerr has had quite a career. It's up high, steal attempt, and she's in. Stolen base. So, Holmes goes to third on a stolen base. And remains 1 out. 2-0 on the batter. Top of the fifth. Runner at third. Holliston leading 4-0. Kerr takes a mound, sets, delivers, strike right down the middle.
I think she went.
Yeah,
she saw the gust of wind was throwing some sand. Okay, I'll pitch right in it. That's a tough one for the batter.
Ooh, that looked pretty good. A little bit high, 3-1. on deck is the top of the order. There's a foul ball, strike 2. Full count, 3-2, 1 down. You know she wants to shut out.
She wants to win. If you read that article, that's all. You know, she wanted to get to the playoffs. The team made the tournament last year, 10-10.
There's a ground ball. Run will score, and the ball gets out of play. So runner goes to second, and the Hornets come up with their first run. So the Hornets get an unearned run. And that brings the top of the order. Cara Bandinillo. Singled in the first, was thrown out at home. And she popped out to the second baseman back in the third. Squares to bunt. Nice bunt. Kerr picks it up, throws well out. Runner advances, but now they're 2 down.
I don't know about that decision, whether that was a chance to try to bunt for a hit as well.
I think, well, normally when you're going to bunt for a hit, what you want to do is not show it. You don't want to show it that early, so.
Well, runner moves to third, but 2 down.
Yep. And Meg Latundra up. Oh, that's right. For the second time in a row, she lines out to the Holliston second baseman, Madison Umlauf. And that'll do it for the mid-fifth. Holliston leads 4-1. Okay, leading off the bottom of the fifth for Holliston, Abby Ray Wells. She singled back in the first, scored a run, and she had a sacrifice bunt back in the third inning. Holliston up 4-1.
Earlier this season, Wells went 4 for 4 with a double and an RBI and a win over Medfield.
A lot of speed at the top of the order here for Holliston. That's going to help. I think as you get more and more into the playoffs, you're going to find more of a defensive game, and base running will be at a premium. So if you get that speed on the base, it'll be a big help. It takes, ooh, it was inside, I thought, but it's strike 1.
Caught a big corner there.
There's a fly ball to left. Fielder sets, makes the catch, 1 down. Brings up Aaron Kerr, number 3 hitter, the pitcher. Struck out back in the first, and she too had a sacrifice in the third inning.
Kerr was 3 for 3 with a double and 2 RBIs and a win over Bellingham earlier in the season.
A little pop up to the second baseman, 2 down. And it brings up the sophomore, Sophia Larico. Hitting star so far today with a double and a single, 2 RBIs.
Larico's a freshman.
So here's the question. Is it RBI or RBIs? I think because you call it the acronym RBI, that's RBIs, right?
Right. Ribbies.
Another ground ball right to the shortstop, pick, throw, and it's a quick 1-2-3 inning. Holliston's down in the 5th after 5 complete. It's Holliston 4, Mansfield 1. All right, Mansfield leads off here, the top of the 6th inning. Game is really blowing by here. Aaron Kerr is going to be facing number 3 hitter, Maddie Bandinillo, center fielder. She has reached in a fielder's choice and struck out. Kerr winds, deals, strike 1. There's a little fly ball to the left. Whoa, almost a great catch.
Kokar gave it a run and a slide. Got a piece of it, but couldn't put it away.
Yeah, that's a tough ball because you have to judge it with the wind blowing all over the place here. I'm not sure. It's definitely blowing out in this direction here, but it's hard to say if it's blowing out there. But it kind of looked like it knocked it down a little bit, and Coca made a really, really nice effort there and almost made a super catch. But that puts Maddie Bindino at second base with a double and brings up Catalina DeMasi. Now, once again, what we're seeing here, though, is that they're hitting the ball a little bit, but they're not getting around on Aaron. Holliston ahead, 4-1. Nobody out, top of the sixth. Ooh, strike two. Nice pitch.
That was a great pitch.
Aaron looks like she's really starting to bear down now. Ooh, ooh. They got her now. Great play by Jazindalet. Run her all the way down, and now you can get her out. There you go. There you go. Hit her with the ball.
Hustle.
Nice play by Jazindalet.
That was what you call a pickle.
Now, I wasn't sure if I got all of this.
What are they?
But it looks like it was 2 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 5.
I think you're right. Now, the umpires are talking this over, and 11 has not left the field yet.
Well, what happened was originally she tagged her with the glove hand, which was empty. The ball was in the bare hand, but then she turned around and did tag her with the other hand.
Oh, but you're saying she sort of faked her out, you know,
yeah.
Because
yeah.
Coach Latondra is trying to make that point, but I don't know what the.
Yeah. Now I don't know if they're calling some kind of interference or. No, she's not happy. But runner's definitely going to be out.
Well, you know, it's kind of like sliding by the bag, and you know, when you're trying to steal second, if you're safe, but you overslide the bag, you get tagged. That's it.
I really think that might have been what happened, because what happened was she tagged her with a glove hand, but the ball was in the other hand. But then she turned and came back and hit her with the other hand. So she definitely hit her with both hands.
Well, the base runner didn't know that the glove didn't have the ball in it. So when she felt she was tagged, she probably stopped. But I don't know what the coach could make as an argument.
The strike on DeMasi.
But 2 gone here in the top of the 6th. 4-1 Holliston. That's what counts. Nobody on base.
Very nicely done. That was a very, very sharp play by the experienced catcher, Zindalet. You know, one thing about Grace, I mentioned this in basketball too. The reason I love watching her play sports, she really enjoys the game. She really, you can tell, she always got a nice smile on her face, and she's a competitor. She's tough, and she wants to win, but she really enjoys the game. And I like watching kids who really like to enjoy the game. And back there, where she's kind of the quarterback of the team, back there as a catcher, she made a great decision to make that throw. Strike 3. That's the end of the 5th, top of the 6th. So after 5.5, Holliston leads Mansfield 4-1. All right, leading off the bottom of the 6th for Holliston is the left fielder, Brooke Kokar, 0 for 2.
Kokar 3 for 4 with a double, 2 runs scored and an RBI in a win against Westwood just yesterday.
And she almost made the catch of the day. They're in a diving attempt.
Well, you got to be athletic enough to get there first.
Right.
Which she really was put the Jets on for that.
Swinging strike 1, and then to be able to reach out, as you're doing that, slide. And the biggest part about that is, Tom, okay, it's one thing to miss, but then she kept the ball in front of her, so the ball didn't get behind her at all, and held the runner to only a double.
Which was significant because the Panthers then picked that runner off second, and no run scored.
Oh, and 2 on Brooke. And
dropped it.
Foul ball, yep. I noticed that in a couple of foul tips back to Grace. What a nice job she does holding on to him. And she got it that time.
Well, maybe if the catcher was right-handed, she would have held on to that one.
Yeah, that's right. This is a left-handed catcher. You don't see this too much.
Coach Latondra, I saw some short article about her confidence in her left-handed catcher, which is kind of unusual. You got to get a custom glove for that. And as we talked off the air, maybe why she's so confident throwing to first base, with being that left hand.
Yeah. Because you've got that throwing foot behind you a little bit, so it's easy to throw to first. There's a ground ball. Oh, nicely played by the shortstop, 2 down.
And so Werner retired for the first time today.
And that will bring up Megan Burke, who struck out and got a base hit back in the 4th inning.
Burke 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs, and a double in a win against Ashland earlier this year.
2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Holliston leading 4-1. 2 strikes. You got a 0-2. Cahill's kind of bearing down a little bit now too. She pitched a heck of a game. She's 5 strikeouts already. Little pop coming here.
I got it. No, I don't.
Hope you got that one. Did you see that one all the way in?
Yeah, I did.
Well, you can't run 4 feet over there.
It got big in the camera. Like, you said you'd dive and knock it out of the way, so it wouldn't hit my head.
So Cahill gets Burke on a 3rd strike, and at the end of 6 complete, Holliston leads 4-1. Top of the 7th, Holliston leading 4-1. Mansfield against Mansfield as Aaron Kerr is trying to close this out. Your first base, Mary Muldoon. Oh. Wait a minute now. This is Cahill.
This is Cahill. One and one.
Yeah. Now this is interesting. So they must be able to move her in at any time.
Well, there are unusual substitution rules.
So she's batting for Mary Muldoon right now. Oh, a changeup. She got on a changeup. She's ended up to throw to first. Gets by into the outfield. And Cahill reaches an error.
Gabby Cummings hustled in from right field to back up that errant throw. And so they held the runner to just 1 base.
Yeah, I think she's hurt.
All right, we'll take a quick timeout.
Okay. So they'll be checking out Sarah Cahill, the pitcher.
They put in a pinch runner for her.
It's number 3. Now, I don't have all the names because we don't have her last name is Ferguson, and I'm sorry I don't have the first name there.
I'll call her Duchess of York.
Ferguson, Dutchie.
Sarah Ferguson.
So that'll bring up Karen Holmes, the right fielder. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Strike.
So leadoff runner is aboard here in the top of the 7th. Aaron Kerr trying to close out this game.
Strike 2.
Nice pitch there.
Now what happened? The other thing that happens here on that play where Grace threw out Maddie Bendinello on the attempted steal. That's keeping these base runners a little bit closer to second base. There's a ground ball into the outfield. Abby Ray throws a kiss the cutoff. There's no one at first.
And an RBI single makes it 4-2. So Panthers got to focus on outs
right
now. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th.
Caitlin Gomes makes ball 1. Caitlin has singled and grounded out to first. I'm sorry, ground out the pitcher. Strike. 1-1.
Kerr comes back, starts off, gets that strike in there.
These next two batters down at the bottom of the order, these are the ones you want to get out. Strike 2. 1-2.
Senior captain now bounces back with 2 good strikes.
Scudder, strike 3.
So that's how you bounce back. Erin Kerr, she's been here before. After throwing ball 1, 3 quick strikes right there.
So that's 5 strikeouts for the senior captain.
That's 97 on the year for the right-hander.
Strike 1.
So runner on first, 1 out. 4-2, top of the 7th.
Ground ball, base hit into left. And that'll put the tying run on first base with the top of the order coming up. Cara Bandinello, third baseman, singled in the first, reached on the fielder's choice in the third, and grounded out to the pitcher in the 5th. Strike 1.
Kerr going right at the Mansfield hitters.
They want to get this over with and not have to bat in the 7th. Here's the bunt to move the players over. Plays to first. Kerr to Umlauf. Nice coverage there on the bunt play by the second baseman Umlauf. Now there's 2 down.
And Kerr again with the ice in her veins, you know, had to charge in for that ball and then throw over the runner's shoulder.
Ooh, that looked good, but ball 1. So now you get the tying run at second. And that's where with 1 out, may not be quite so bad to sacrifice, but boy, we get your top of the order up.
Second.
Yeah, you know.
Second and third, 2 outs though here in the top of the 7th. So do or die time for Mansfield.
1-1 on Meg Latundra. Meg reached on an error, and she lined out twice to Umlauf at second. And there's a little fly ball. That'll do it.
And so the Panthers come up with their 12th win of the season. They go to 12-6 with just 1 game left against Framingham.
And they got it working, Tom. They got a nice batting order. Kerr is really pitching on, because that's what you need going into these things more than anything. This is the one sport that you kind of look like the hockey goalie, where you can have that one player really just absolutely dominate everybody else, and that's what they're going to look for from the senior captain Erin Kerr going the rest of the way. But that batting order is really good. They got some speed. They play some good defense, and they're well coached. So. You know, heading into the game against Framingham now, I believe they have what? They have, is this their 12th win?
12-6 now.
12-6. So they're going against Framingham, and if they can win that game, 13-6, I would think.
They might have one against Hopkinton, too, still.
Oh, they might, okay.
Yeah, might have got to add to the schedule. But a good win today. Senior captain Erin Kerr, ice going through her veins. That's what I saw, as she just was very aggressive with her pitches, and just pitched a whale of a game.
Yeah, 5 strikeouts. She gave up only 1 earned run in the game, and got some good support from her teammates there. So Holliston comes in against the Mansfield Hornets. They win 4-2.